I'm Saul Saiz, and this is ABC-7 Extra Sunday edition. As COVID-19 cases claim lives, the invisible killer is also claiming livelihoods, making it harder every day for families to make ends meet. Tonight, we will try to get you as much information as possible regarding the help that is out there for struggling families. We'll include all the resources we've compiled on our website, kvia.com. We're also hearing from the different utility companies and the help they too are providing during this time of need. You may recall, El Paso received more than $120 million federal dollars through the CARES Act, some of that money to help with rental assistance. Some families took advantage of that help, but not all. However, there are so many more resources families can tap into. We here at ABC-7 Extra Sunday Edition reached out to various organizations whose goal is to help struggling families. Tonight, we begin with the group El Pasoans Fighting Hunger Food Bank. Joining us to talk about El Pasoans Fighting Hunger are Kathy Cox, Chief Development Officer, and Carmela Galicia, Director of Programs. First of all, ladies, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. And I'll start with you, Ms. Kathy Cox. What programs do you have available for struggling families?
You know, we're going to switch you up just a bit because one of the reasons I wanted Carmela to be with us today is to talk about programs. So, Carmela, will you share with our audience? There's a wide array of programs available.
Please do, Ms. Galicia.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So El Pasoans Fighting Hunger is the only food bank serving El Paso, Culberson, and Hudspeth counties. And we do these through our primary pantry sites. We have 5 locations located around El Paso County. And these primary pantries are open 5 days a week at least, where people can access food. Through these primary pantries, we're serving about 8,000 individuals a day. We also provide food through a network of our mobile pantries and our partner agencies. And people in the community can access food throughout our service area through those distributions. Information about our distributions is updated weekly, and it can be accessed at our website, elpasoansfightinghunger.org, and 211 as well.
I know that if I can interrupt you, a lot of families are wondering how they qualify. What is it that they have to do? What is the criteria to qualify for these programs? So either you, Ms. Galicia, or you, Ms. Cox, can take this question.
I'll take this one. So people have to have a Texas address, and we ask some very basic information: name, address, number of people in the household, and there's a couple of qualifying questions, but pretty much if somebody needs food, they're able to access it at these locations.
Okay, what would exclude them from being available to help this help?
Well, there is a food bank that serves residents of New Mexico. But Texas residents, there shouldn't be any situation that would exclude them from being able to access our resources.
Now, you're saying that they have to be Texas residents. In other words, people from Las Cruces, our neighbors to the west, do not qualify?
There is a food bank that serves New Mexico, and when I say residents, I mean that they have to have an address in Texas. So it could be that somebody is just coming back to Texas and they're staying with friends or family, or it could be that somebody's passing through and they're in a hotel, as long as there's a Texas address. But there is a food bank serving residents of New Mexico. It's the Roadrunner Food Bank, and there is a location in Las Cruces.
And Ms. Cox, did you all receive federal funds from the CARES Act as well, or how is the food bank, how's it doing?
It's actually... It's a strong food bank and probably one of the largest that exist. What's wonderful about the food bank is that we're able to pivot as quickly as we have to be able to handle the increase. Just to give you one statistic, because I could go on forever, but I think this is fascinating. Last calendar year, in all of 2019, there were 32.5 million pounds of food shared with the folks that we serve. This year, which is not yet done, this year so far, there is over 91 million pounds of food. Now, that's an incredible statistic that tells you the kind of exponential growth that has occurred. I have to share also, when you asked about programs, there's one that's especially dear to me and means a lot to the El Pasoans that it's helping. And this is for those who are homebound. And right now, that's not only people that are disabled, that's not only certain folks that are elderly, it's not our wonderful veterans that sometimes need this service at home as well. They're homebound. But it's also people that are testing positive for COVID. How extraordinary, right, in these times? And so for $18, someone can support a family of 4 for a week that is homebound so that they will have fresh, nutritious food. I think that's such an important thing to know. We're all having to operate virtually right now. The other program that people, I think, are so used to seeing is they're used to seeing those big bins and the collection of food items. Well, here we are in this strange circumstance of a pandemic, and now we have to have virtual food drives.
I.e. this interview, yes.
Yeah, exactly. The way we're doing this interview is a perfect example. I mean, it's wonderful to see all of you, but I must tell you, I can't wait for the day that we can see each other in person. I miss everyone so badly. And I know that's true for everyone else. Here we approach Thanksgiving. We have holidays coming up in December. And I just want to encourage our wonderful folks who support us that we really do need 2 things. We need financial support. No one, and absolutely no one on the planet, can buy food that is fresh and nutritious as inexpensively as El Pasoans fighting hunger. I mean, let's face it, we have connections, right? Feeding America and others.
Right.
So $1 feeds 7. You know, that's just an amazing thing. And I want people to think in terms of virtual gifts for others. You can give a gift and we can let that person know that you've given a gift. So there's a lot of ways to support.
Right.
Number 2, we need volunteers. And I love groups of veterans that have volunteered. I love the fact that many corporations have volunteered. It's truly amazing. But the reality is, because of the pandemic, many of our steady Eddie volunteers that we've had for a long time fall into the category of being seniors who are at higher risk. Yeah. And so the reality is we need volunteers as well. So there's many ways to be part of this. Okay. Not only is there a lot of help on our website, there are a lot of ways to get involved as well.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate your help, Ms. Carmela Galicia and Ms. Kathy Cox. El Paso, thank you for joining us. El Paso received millions of dollars in federal funds through the CARES Act to help families struggling through the pandemic. Here to help us, give us an idea of the city resources available is Miranda Diaz, El Paso with the El Paso Economic Development. Ms. Diaz, what does the city have available for citizens right now who are obviously struggling through this pandemic? What are you all making available?
So our expertise is with the small business soul, and we have made available more than $19 million for small businesses in El Paso city limits. And there is a multitude of resources and financial help available. We do have grants that are being administered by 5 various nonprofits, and they are administering grants to businesses as large as 30 employees and as small as a sole proprietor or someone who is considered an independent contractor, which is a 1099 employee. And these grants do not need to be paid back. Also, if the business applied for the PPP or the EIDL loans with the federal government, that does not disqualify them from these grants. These grants are available until the funds are depleted, but we are also encouraging businesses to apply for these grants, even if the funds do become depleted soon. That way, if there is a new round of funding, whether it be this year or next year, these businesses have already applied and they're in the queue and will be one of the first ones to be able to receive funding if there is new funding available.
I want to ask you about rental. Sorry, sorry to interject, but we have so little time. I want to ask you about rental assistance. I know the city helped out with rental assistance. However, a lot of people did not apply for rental assistance, and some of that money went either to the homeless or to other groups. Why didn't people apply for rental assistance? Are you familiar with that program?
I'm not too familiar with that program. What I do know is that there was a lot of rental assistance out there. The applications have recently closed, so they are reaching out to those applicants, but I wouldn't be able to give you any more information on that program since I haven't worked directly on it.
Got it. And how can people access information to all the resources and programs that you have available?
So for the small business resources, we are asking businesses to go to epbusinessstrong.org, and that webpage will be consistently updated with any new resources that are available. Also, any information that is released pertaining to any new orders that go out that do affect small businesses. And also for the community side, for individuals, they can go to epstrong.org and get information on the resources available to households and individuals as well.
Okay, Ms. Miranda Diaz, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you for having us.
You're watching ABC-7 Extra. When we come back, I'll talk to the CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce to see what's available for struggling small businesses. I'll also talk to the CEO of Workforce Solutions Borderplex. You're watching ABC-7 Extra, where news comes first.
So, Spill, what's the news?
It finally happened.
It's beautiful. Wait, is it a Viraggio?
Yes, unlike any other ring.
The ultimate symbol of love. Viraggio, unlike any other ring.
Jewel Gallery.
7134 North Mesa, 845-7740. After all, it's all about the ring.
At a time where it seems like so much around us is changing, TFCU will continue to provide for all your financial needs, from convenient online mortgage applications to a simple auto loan process. We can even help you virtually in the comfort and safety of your home, while providing the financial guidance you expect and deserve, all with the technology you want to get more done. This is life well financed with TFCU. Don't have an account? Open yours online today.
At Desert Imaging, your health and safety are our priority. We're taking every precaution to ensure that getting a medical imaging exam at each of our 4 locations is as safe, pleasant, and convenient as ever. Rest assured that at Desert Imaging, we're always here for you.
Getting used to the new normal is not easy, but ordering your favorite burritos is. Download the Rita's Burritos app and order your favorite made-from-scratch burritos and pick them up at our convenient drive-thru window. Rita's Burritos, making things a little easier for you. 4907 Crossroads on the west side.
Tuesday at 10.
It was very heavy on me. The fever, the lack of oxygen is so difficult.
With hospitals overflowing, other facilities are filling the void, caring for critically ill COVID-19 patients.
Their respiratory status is compromised. They are coming in on ventilators.
Where are these patients going? Would you get the care you need? Watch Hillary Floren's special report, COVID Overflow, Tuesday at 10, only on ABC-7.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra Sunday Edition. We turn now to struggling small businesses while big box stores enjoy deep pockets. El Paso small businesses are being hit hard and struggling to stay afloat. Joining us to talk about is Hispanic Chamber of Commerce CEO Cindy Ramos Davidson. Thank you so much, Ms. Cindy Ramos Davidson, for taking time to talk to us. As always, you've been a guest on this program several times. Talk to us about what programs you have available for small businesses, since obviously we talk about big box stores all the time.
Well, you know, I have quite a few programs, and I just want to say God bless all of you Main Street small businesses, because you certainly live in the world of impossibilities, and you know how to create possibilities, and we're going to help you do that, because we have a grant program that ends application on November 20th for grants up to $5,000. The key aspect of this grant program this time around with us, thank you to the city of El Paso for allowing us to partner with them, is that you can use it to pay rent that's been past due or utilities that are past due. Primarily, activities of this would be to purchase equipment, activities for PPE, as well as to modify your business to make it ready and safe. And so the application deadline ends on the 20th. So you need to get those in or call our office, and they're anywhere up to $5,000. We also have what we call our safety survival kits, and those are free. We still have 200 of those.
What are those kits? What's included in the kits?
Yes, those are really neat kits because we have that ultra red thermometer that everybody wants, and different sizes of sanitizers, and we have gloves and masks, and we have the stickers for the floor. We have the signs to put up on the door, and we have a little flash drive that has all the information from our resource guide per industry on how business can reopen safely, which is critical right now. Is that business has to play a key role in monitoring what they're doing so that we don't go back to what we were before, but they've got to step up and open their business safely, all the protocols, and use what we call our 3 Ws. Wash your hands, put your mask on, and watch your distance.
If I may, what do businesses need to do, small businesses need to do to qualify for everything that you just mentioned?
You have to have been in business since 2019. This is not for startups. This is for businesses that have been in business, and you have to show that you've had an economic impact to COVID. Again, you do not have to, you have to apply so that we can get you in the queue. And even if you've got money from someplace else, this does not disqualify you from doing this. You do have to have less than 20 employees because it's designed for the small mom and pop. The best way to do it is call our office. If for some reason you don't qualify, we have so many other resources. We can guide you, we can connect, listen to you, we can help you, we can show you, we can do all kinds of things because we don't need you to fail. We need our businesses to stay open, but do it smartly and do it safe.
All right, Ms. Cindy Ramos-Davison, thank you so much. We're now joined by Layla Melendez, CEO for Workforce Solutions Borderplex. Countless El Pasoans have lost jobs with resources running out. Many are forced to look for employment to stay afloat during the pandemic. That's where Workforce Solutions can help. Thank you so much, Ms. Layla Melendez, for taking time to talk to us. Tell us about some of the resources and some of the programs or projects that you have available for folks looking for a job during the pandemic.
Thank you, Saul, for having us. So we sent you several graphics if you'd like to plop them up. And if you do, this is the time for everybody to get their cell phones and take screenshots of what they see on their TV so that they can follow up and find us later online. And really, they just need to find our website, borderplexjobs.com. There are so many resources available for folks that are on unemployment right now. There's things for them to do before they are ready to go back to work. And then there's resources for those folks that are ready to go back to work. So first and foremost, on our website, you will find something that's called Ready to Work. It's a Ready to Work program. There are multiple webinars and sessions available to getting them ready to go back to work. But most importantly, and this is such a big deal, there is no time that we have provided so much in free educational resources. And we're doing this through a statewide service called Metrics Learning. There are thousands, over 5,000 courses like HR certifications, project management certifications, IT certificates. These are big money education certificates that normally would cost a significant amount. They're free right now, and they're all online. They're all virtual learning. We really encourage people to take advantage of those right now.
If I may, how tough is it for folks to try to find a job during the pandemic, and how can you make it easier?
It varies. So there are jobs available right now on our website. If you go to our website, you'll see this logo at the bottom called Ask Chewy, and Chewy is actually a staff person with Workforce Solutions Borderplex, and this chatbot links you into our live employment services folks that can help you find a job. And there's multiple jobs in the community. There's several that are work from home opportunities. So there are a lot of jobs online for those that are ready to start looking.
Yeah. And how is it that you encourage the folks to get out there, especially if they're at home and thinking, wait a minute, how will anyone hire me when a lot of businesses are shutting down?
So they're correct. And it's all part of what we are providing for. We also are doing virtual job fairs. And I want to tell you, businesses love the virtual job fairs because they can, meet with thousands of folks all at one time online. Just last week, we had a Red, White, and You virtual job fair for veterans, and we had over 600 people attend online. It was fantastic. So businesses really like this because they can see all these multiple people, not in a face-to-face setting, very safe and very secure. And then they do talk about the different jobs that are available to them. And something that's really important, like what Cindy said earlier, is employees are starting to ask for the safety factor of those jobs. How safe are these jobs? And those are the things that we're encouraging employees to ask those employers. Are we going to have PPE? Is there safe distancing? Is there sanitizing going on? Because that's really important right now. Those are very important things that job seekers are looking for. In addition to just a job, they want a safe job.
Okay, Ms. Leila Melendez, ladies, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. You're watching ABC-7 Extra. Still ahead, the county and private donations created a fund to put money in the hands of families struggling through this pandemic. Also, while there are services that help working mothers with childcare, the YMCA is helping working parents tutor and care for parents. I'll talk to representatives of the YMCA. We'll be back.
Planning your Social Security retirement is something we all think about. It is important you are well informed on all of your options. Your Medicare coverage is imperative for your health. Let Ramos Health Plans guide you through it all. We have licensed agents ready to assist you. Are you new to Medicare, or do you have questions about your coverage? We can do enrollments electronically or over the phone. When you have Medicare, you have options. Let one of our virtual agents help you with your enrollment today. Don't let social distancing stop you from your benefits. Call Ramos Health Plans at 626-6137.
Wow, a new Buick for me?
To James from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick?
I Secret Santed myself.
I shouldn't have, but I have been very good this year.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
This year turned Black Friday into Buick Friday, all month long. Now during Buick Friday, pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Buick SUV models.
Happy Hour just got hoppier at IHOP with a $5 menu featuring pancakes, burgers, and more yum-yums. So while you can't buy happiness, you can buy hoppiness. iHoppy Hour, every day from 2 to 10 p.m.
As our region continues to face financial difficulties due to the pandemic, El Paso Electric is here to put you in contact with the support you may need. Our partners at Project Amistad offer utility bill assistance to low-income customers that live within El Paso city limits. For New Mexico customers, the New Mexico Human Services Department may also be able to provide help with bill payment. It's important that you call us to learn about all the payment options and resources available to you. For a full list of customer assistance programs, please visit epelectric.com.
One-on-one with Susan Eisen.
Buying a diamond from a certified gemologist appraiser is all the advice you need to ensure you are making the right choice.
When it comes to an expert to guide you, visit SusanEisen.com.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra Sunday Edition. Joining me to talk about what services the YWCA has available to help struggling families and childcare is Kayla Suarez. She is the Communications Director for YWCA. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. Let's go through this really quickly. What services do you all have available for struggling families right now, Kayla?
Right now, our main service through CARES funding is what we call the YWCA CARES program. And it is no-cost childcare for families. There's no income restriction. It's just whoever needs childcare, we're here to help.
How is it that families can get more information on exactly how they can take advantage of these services?
Yeah, so all we have is a form on our website, ywcaelpaso.org, and they just fill it out and they're contacted by one of our team members to see which site, the age of their children, things like that, to see how we can best help their family.
What is the criteria that you all have for these families?
Right now they have to live within the El Paso city limits and somehow have been impacted by COVID-19. Now that's kind of vague, and that's intentional because we don't want to limit anybody. It doesn't have to be a job loss. It doesn't have to be income loss. There are a lot of different ways that we've all been impacted. It could be your child's school closed. We serve children ages 0 to 12. So various options to qualify, and we're just trying to help as many people as possible. I mean, we keep hearing things are open, things are closed, but all we know is that throughout, since March, families have needed childcare. Essential workers, everybody has needed childcare.
And what are the ages of the children that you all help families with?
So we serve ages 0 to 12, and right now we actually have, we're able to help with distance learning, virtual learning, assignments. We have tutors and we have instructors who can help with homework or whatever. I don't know what they're doing at school these days, but whatever they're doing virtually, we're able to help our school-age students do that.
I know one of the things that families were probably wondering as they're watching this is, what if I live outside the city limits and I live in El Paso County? Would they qualify?
No, right now this is funding from the city that made this possible, so that's limited to the city, and I'm not sure what resources the county specifically has available.
Okay, and so they can access this by going onto your website?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that they have to be impacted by COVID. How so? Is it somebody contracting COVID? Is it a family member? What is the criteria in that case?
So it's vague, and it's vague intentionally because we didn't want to discourage anybody from applying. But so, for example, say somebody is now working from home, that's being impacted by COVID. You know, maybe you're trying to do a lot of work. You can't also do virtual learning for your children. That's impacted by COVID. If your child's daycare was shut down or school was closed, anything like that, loss of income, reduced hours, there's so many ways. I don't know anybody who has not somehow been impacted by COVID. So it's very vague intentionally because we want to make sure people know that they most likely will qualify for this program.
What are the hours that this program is available?
We have 7 locations, and they kind of all vary the hours, but it starts, generally we start care at 6:30 to 6:30 at night.
So I'm sorry, what were the hours again?
6:30 to 6:30.
Okay, 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Okay, and so the people who are obviously helping families with their children, are they qualified to do this? Are they qualified to tutor? Are they what is it that the training that some of these people have?
Yeah, so of course we have our licensed programs. Everyone is background checked, fingerprinted, all of that. We're licensed programs by the state, so we meet all of those qualifications. As far as tutors, so we had one of our main programs pre-COVID was our after-school program, where we integrated a lot of STEM activities, and we had STEM tutors, activity leaders, people who could help the students through that. And so since this started, those positions have shifted to just now they're based on site instead of at a school. Okay. So that they're tutors who have already been doing tutoring, who have already been helping with that. They're just now doing it virtually and at one of our 7 locations instead of at a school site.
All right, Kayla Suarez with the YWCA. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for ABC-7 Sunday edition. Remember, all these resources will be on our website, kvia.com, available for our viewers to share with families in need. I'm Saul Saenz, and this has been ABC-7 Extra Sunday edition. Good night y buenas noches.